Gerald Jones Auto Group Car Buying Center.
Closed captioning for News 12 is brought to you by Kenneth Nugent. From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
First at 5, new priorities for Veterans Affairs across South Carolina. We'll hear from Governor McMaster on plans for the year ahead. Plus,
well, let me just say, you're getting your warning right now. I'm telling you that you're getting your warning.
Well, you've been warned. You heard it. We have new details on efforts to reduce the number of drunk drivers sharing the road with your family this weekend. But first, we are live at 5 over at SR.
Earlier, we're going to hear actually someone from Savannah River Ecology Laboratory in the 6 o'clock show about those alligators. We'll have more on that in just a little bit.
Yeah, amazing pictures from Andy Hunter. We appreciate him sharing. And yeah, very few of those baby gators survive. In other words, the pond is not about to be overrun. But Riley, thanks for bringing that up.
Right.
Okay, South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs says its priorities for the upcoming year include connecting more veterans with resources and protecting their health and well-being.
Department leaders outlined that plan today to Governor Henry McMaster at a yearly summit. Mary Green was there, and she has the details from Columbia.
The annual South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs Governor's Summit brings together both state agencies and outside organizations that work to better the lives of the more than 400,000 veterans in the state. Governor Henry McMaster says it's also an opportunity for all these groups to collaborate and work together toward this goal.
Learn of the activities of others, and they can combine resources or complement each other, and that really gives us a big lift.
The South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs outlined its 4 focus areas for the upcoming year. It's looking to expand the coalition of groups that connect veterans with available resources and reduce veteran suicides, the rate of which is about twice as high as South Carolina's general population. The department is also aiming to serve more veterans, especially in rural and poorly resourced counties, and to improve the educational opportunities that are available for military children.
This is important. 400,000 plus veterans. If you figure about 60% of us are married or partnered, and you add extended family on there, I can probably get you to close to 1 million out of our 5.2 million citizens that have some either direct active duty, National Guard, Reserve, or family member or veteran connection.
And Secretary Grimsley says one of the big wins over the last year was in the area of workforce development. The South Carolina Department of Employment and Workforce reports that the state's veterans unemployment rate is currently 3.5%. That's a whole percentage point lower than what the department's goal was for the last year. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.
Secretary Grimsley says he believes that workforce development was so successful because a lot of employers are eager to hire workers with the skill sets veterans bring to the table.
So many veterans in Georgia and South Carolina.
Absolutely. Good employees.
Yep.
There is a death investigation going on in Horry County after an elementary school teacher and her 2 children were found dead inside a home. 42-year-old Laura Moberly, who was a reading loss interventionist at Carolina Forest Elementary School, was found dead. The children were identified as 11-year-old Eric Moberly, a 7th grader, and 8-year-old Emily Moberly, who was in the 3rd grade. The coroner said officers found all 3 of them dead of gunshot wounds. After a welfare check at around 1:45 p.m., there was no answer at the door, and officers forced entry and found the bodies. New details about the death investigation after a body was found in a car at Clarks Hill Lake. Authorities identified the victim as 24-year-old Thomas Berry from Grovetown. He appears to have been found at the Clarks Hill Recreation Area beach yesterday around 9. That was about last night at 9. A tow truck carried a dark-colored Dodge Challenger from the lake. SLED is considering this a murder investigation. Officials tell us an autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow.
It was a crime that happened 3 years ago, but now an arrest in a murder that happened back in 2019. Richmond County deputies say 40-year-old Venus Shelton arrested yesterday, accused of killing Ronnie Williams at his home on S.C. McIntyre Boulevard. Shelton's charged with murder and having a firearm while committing a crime. Labor Day weekend kicks off tomorrow, but before you hit the road, we want to warn you about some extra company you may see out on the highway.
Georgia and South Carolina are part of the 31st annual Hands Across the Border campaign. They set up sobriety checkpoints in both states to catch drunk or drugged drivers trying to share the road with you. New numbers say there's been a 7% increase across the nation for impaired driving fatalities, and the goal this weekend is to curb those numbers. Plus, a new warning drivers. They will have eyes everywhere, including the sky.
We do have the South Carolina Highway Patrol to do. They will be doing some checkpoints throughout the weekend, and they will be doing saturation patrol throughout the weekend.
They have a drone, and they plan to use it. Later on News 12 at 6, our Nick Veland will have some details about this year's numbers so far and some new ways they're stopping drivers from driving drunk.
Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock will be in our area for a couple of rallies. The first one's going on right now in Burke County. The second's happening later this evening around 7 in Augusta, all part of his bus tour around the state. Warnock is up for re-election in November, facing off against former UGA football star Herschel Walker. The Shepherd Blood Center is still in dire need of donations for all blood types and platelets. The call for donations come at a time of year when blood banks like Shepherd typically struggle because so many donors are out of town. They're on the road for vacations, and because there are no school blood drives during the summer months. You can schedule an appointment anytime online, or you can call them 706-737-4551. If you need some fresh food, there's an opportunity for you going on now. The Golden Harvest Food Bank having a food distribution. It's going on now. It ends at 7:30 at the Faith Food Factory location. You can pick up produce like corn, cucumbers, potatoes, and carrots.
Aiken Technical College turned 50 today. To mark the occasion, a group of students took the time out to stash away their memories in a time capsule. They put newspapers inside, old homework, and some items from the bookstore. They say they'll dig it up and reopen it in 25 years. And I bet it's going to come quicker than they planned.
Oh, yeah. People say,
Yeah.
What's a newspaper?
Starts going quicker. Another big birthday today. The Army Cyber Center turns 8 today. 1,000 service members from different units at Fort Gordon participated in a formation run and ended the day with a celebratory cake cutting.
Congrats to our cyber friends. Their new General Barrett, General Maria Barrett, was in the studio with me one-on-one today. We'll have an interview coming up for you this weekend. Cyber making moves in Augusta. Riley?
Well, we are still live here at SRP Park. We are keeping an eye on the skies. There are some thunderstorms around. Give you an update on the forecast just after the break.
And some kids, Christmas is on the books all year round, but a USC graduate is highlighting a child's excitement for game day with a new book. We'll tell you all about it coming up.
Flying high into this new season as they get ready for their Week 1 showdown with those Saints from New Orleans. We're going to hear from Atlanta's quarterback after the break.
The Lesser Antilles. Our storm chances will continue into the weekend. Our high temps will stay in the 80s for the most part, so no big warm-up in sight. Labor Day weekend plans, definitely going to have to monitor a few storms.
Well, 'twas the night before, not Christmas, but game day. We all know here it is football season, and the excitement is buzzing ahead of kickoff. It's not just for football moms and dads, it's for kids too.
Absolutely. With that in mind, a second-grade teacher at Meriwether Elementary School and a USC grad created a new book called "'Twas the Night Before Game Day, Carolina Gamecocks." We'll vote call up with the author to find out what that is all about.
Whose book is this? What am I though? They were so excited. My kids were like, "Oh my gosh, like our teacher's an author," and I was like, "I'm still in shock. I'm an author."
After a year's work, Carolyn Barrett Guess's name is in print.
I think that's so important for in a kid or in a child's reading experience is for them to read items and books that they are interested in.
Her book is about a South Carolina game day from a child's perspective. The two main characters are younger versions of her and her fiancé. They experience a fall Saturday together at Williams-Brice Stadium.
Seeing it through a kid's point of view is so important, and we really wanted to get that on paper so that everybody can see. What's the night before game day went all through the land?
As her students see what their teacher created, Miss Guess hopes this inspires them.
Hoping to celebrate a victory. They have the opportunity to do anything they want as long as they put their mind to it and try their hardest. They can do anything. So I think that's important for them to see that I started and I was just on a piece of paper, and then now it's actually like a real thing.
And she hopes this shows them if you chase your dreams, they just might come true.
Go Cubs!
In North Augusta,
Go Cubs!
Go Wolf, on your side.
Sweet. And Miss Guess was inspired by her cousin. He wrote a similar book about Clemson. So
Equal time
there you
in
go.
the family. Absolutely.
Yeah, a house divided.
Let's go,
Turns
UGA.
into a payday. There you go.
Every college needs one, but both books are available online, and we have a link for that on our website. Well done there. Reading,
Very cute.
Reading is an adventure.
Yeah.
Okay, September is here, and that means soon enough weekends are going to be filled on TV with football and the news. We won't go away.
Right, and we'll be here with the NFL preseason coming to an end. News 12 Sports Director Dan Booth joins us now with the latest on the Atlanta Falcons.
Richard and Laura, thank you, and good evening, everyone. Throughout the week, we've been talking a lot about all the excitement leading into this Saturday and the start of college football. Well, soon enough, we're going to have some meaningful football on Sundays as well. After winning 2 of their 3 preseason games, the Falcons are flying high, heading into the new season, with the Saints marching into Atlanta for a showdown in Week 1. QB1 Marcus Mariota believes his team has done the work that can help earn them a win to kick off the new year.
Just comes down to trusting our preparation. I think we've had a great training camp. We've had great OTAs. Now it's just putting it all together and believing that when we get out on there and we step on the field, we're going to go out there and make plays. And I'm excited for this group. I think we've got a very competitive group. It's a fun group to be around. And, looking forward to just distributing and giving these guys a chance.
In addition to his excitement for his first game behind center for the Falcons, Mariota is also excited to see how his Oregon Ducks fare against the reigning national champion Georgia Bulldogs this Saturday. In 2014, Mariota led the Ducks to an appearance in the national championship and became the first Oregon player to ever win the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, but he's wearing red and black now, isn't he? All right, watching the game at home in 4K is really good, but your screen can be even better. After the break, some secrets to set up your TV for game day.
The college football season kicks off this weekend, and before you settle in to watch your favorite team, you might want to do some preseason work on your television.
I get it spotlessly clean for one thing. Some football fans make mistakes, though, when it comes to those TV settings. Our consumer tech reporter, Jamie Tucker, takes a look at just a few ways to make sure you're looking at the very best picture for the game.
A lot of people get a new TV, they plug it in, turn it on, start watching. Well, if you've done that, you're not getting the best picture possible. And if you're watching football, your TV needs some preseason tweaking. Open your TV settings and choose picture. Now, many are set to vivid right out of the box. That's fine in a store, but not in your house. The best setting for football games is not game. That's for playing video games. The sports setting sounds right, but it's going to turn on motion smoothing. And if you forget to change it back, movies and TV shows are going to look terrible. The best setting for all TVs is cinema or movie mode. Now, the picture may look dark at first, so we'll tweak it. First, we'll change the brightness. Find a show with a dark nighttime scene and turn the brightness level up until you can see some of the details in the darkest parts of the video. You want the black to appear black, not gray. And when you're satisfied, switch over to contrast and find a scene with lots of white, like clouds. Lower the contrast until you can see details or shadows in the white clouds. Then turn it up until it doesn't wash out the rest of the picture. Back in settings, adjust the color and tint so faces look flesh-colored, not red or green. Lastly, sharpness. Resist the temptation to turn it up too high. With newer televisions, you're better off with a low number. And then save the settings. Now, of course, everyone is different. You might even like that vivid setting, but these settings will give you the best picture quality possible for movies, TV shows, and football. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
See, now, I'm all in. I will do this.
Nope,
Laura is opposed to all that.
Every
You
minute
didn't
of
like
that.
any of that
That seemed
advice.
way too complicated. Where is the TV that's going to look at the picture for me and give it to me the best
They
way?
call them smart
I
televisions
don't
for a
want to
reason.
do homework.
I'll go
when
in
I'm
and
trying to watch
I'll go in
television.
and hit all the settings.
If my husband's not home, sometimes I don't even turn the TV on because it's too complicated.
All right, we're back with more after a quick break. We're going to work this out.
You know,